touching on what we just went on, like, I'm baffled. Where's gold come from? Like, do you know? Like, I understand that you can, obviously, you mine gold, but is it true that it comes from outer space?
Well, have you heard that?
Like, someone told me it's an exploding star, gold. Is this true?
This is above me.
Is this something that you've told me?
No, definitely
on a
not.
wind-up a few years ago.
Not.
I've carried it on and now told too many people.
Maybe on one night
that now
out.
we can't rewind.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But no, I've definitely not heard that one before.
So where does it come from?
It's just like an ore, isn't it? I don't know.
So what? Yeah, but there's
everything
not.
from
Gold
outer
can
space.
run out. It's not a, diamond, carbons, obviously can be recreated, but gold can run out.
Yeah, I
like
don't
the
know,
reserve
you
is
stumped me
getting
there.
smaller.
Yeah, no, you stumped me there.
Are you a jewellers?
Are you really?
Are we
I don't
really
know.
with Colebys?
I don't know.
Crazy, crazy. Here we go. Lucid dreams, so I can't be out here living stupid. I love hard, so you could say I was shot by Cupid. Say less, but every now and then I drop my 2 cents. Tunnel vision could really be
Yeah, so how good's the Cosmo buffet?
Best in the world.
Unbelievable.
Cosmo or Win buffet?
Cosmo for me. Do you know why?
They're
Because
close, but I think the Cosmopolitan. I
it's
think
the
the
only
Cosmopolitan.
place in the world you can have pizza at breakfast and
You know
it's
what?
acceptable.
And sushi.
Day one,
Yeah.
bran flakes, watermelon,
Yeah.
an English breakfast tea.
That upsets me.
You're looking at people having Indian and Chinese and
Yeah.
pizza, thinking,
What
what
are
are these
doing?
Romans doing?
Yeah.
And then like day 3, it's
You
like
understand.
ice cream to start, pizza, then onto some sushi.
Yeah, mate.
It just gets out of hand, doesn't it?
Bizarre, man.
I
just
feel like
gets
you've
out of
wasted a day of holiday with the brown flakes.
100%.
Yeah, no, just the Vegas scene is just insane.
It's good, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
good.
man. Yeah.
Is it people like we used to go out there to the trade shows, and hopefully once all this is over, we'll get back out there. But yeah, people think that because we used to go there for like 10 days. Yeah, you boys come out and see
Yeah,
us, and you
yeah,
stayed for 5 nights, a week,
Yeah.
whatever. And people think, what, you go out there for 10 days? Because most people's like stag do's 3-4 days,
Yeah.
2 days, and they stay up constantly. But the thing is,
You're working.
yeah, but we used to go out as a family, and they don't realise, like, you chill around the pool of a day, you go and do a bit of shopping of like an evening, and then go to a nice restaurant.
Yeah, great.
It's not, there is that crazy side to it, which is fun, but it's not kind of what the films make out for it to be, is there?
Sure.
You can do whatever you want to do, whether you want to do something chilled, something crazy, it's all there, innit? They've got everything.
I love it how you're talking this down, because when we got there, you did look quite chilled and sensible. And then I believe we didn't sleep for 48 hours.
Anyway, back to watches.
In fact, I'd go close to saying George probably didn't sleep for 72.
Alright, how bad is the jet lag?
So, I mean, the jet lag alone is just an abuse to the body. But for me, like, obviously, I admired the way that your family and that always went to Vegas and the way that you've done it in that. But for the first 4 times, well, actually, say this, when I was 21, and the first time we went, when we decided, let's do this, I worked every hour. I was working for my dad at the time in the van.
Was that when you come out to see me?
Yeah, it was the first time, to come out to see you, and I worked every hour under the sun, blah blah blah, bang bang bang. Got there, and it was just, I was just mesmerised. And then since that point, like, I've been 6 times.
Yeah.
And it's just somewhere I just lost my head, mate. Really, to be honest with you, it was one of those places where it was just, I just got engulfed in the whole atmosphere out there. It was just insane. But
it's that first night. You get there, you're a bit buzzed from the jet lag. You've been traveling from being at home. You've been traveling for 12 hours. You get to the hotel, you do your thing, you get out. But then when it gets dark, and you open the hotel curtains, and there's all the lights, and you see the typical Vegas strip.
It's playtime.
That's when it wakes you up, and you think, all right, yeah, we're here.
Yeah, man, it's something. It's a mad place, and I've done it the more relaxed way. I went with a few older pals a few years back, and we done the nice restaurants, done the nice bars, and done it that way, and it was great. Yeah, it was
nice.
great, man.
It's a cool place. It's a cool place.
It's a playground.
Day, lockdown, COVID. You still work? You still obviously doing a little bit of work?
I'm working through it. Yeah, I'm in construction.
Yeah.
So, yeah, working
But
through
how
it.
have you found it on a personal level?
Yeah, all right.
What's your COVID lockdown look like?
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I think I could sit here and complain about it and be a bit downbeat about it, but everyone's in the same boat. We all are, and it's just one of them things where I don't know. You just get on with it, and I hate to go, oh yeah, I'm struggling, but yeah, you just get on with it. I mean, I got my dog, obviously, just before.
Cute dog, man.
Cute dog. Want to give it away, so if there's anyone watching who wants a Cavapoo.
Deep down, has it been a blessing though, the dog?
Yeah, I think it's kept me busy. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. It's been
especially it being a pup.
Yeah, it's been a challenge. Yeah, but I can't imagine. Obviously, you've got your family, and obviously having a kid and that. Obviously, it must be hard work because it's me moaning about a puppy.
Do you know what? Listen, it's like anything in life. Yeah, like there's good and bads to everything, and. Yeah. I'm quite fortunate where we've been keeping busy and bits and bobs, but do you know what? Like, my little girl, she's like 2, spending the time with her, man, like, she fucking loves me at the minute. It's been so good. Like, I've spent, because normally, I'm not like, we don't get up crazy early. We start work at 9 or whatever. Yeah. But wake up, breakfast, I see her for an hour, I go work, come back, I train, and then by the time I get back, she's awake for an hour or so. But during this, I've been spending, like, especially the first lockdown, the second lockdown, I was with her most days. And someone said, I can't remember who it was, but they said, look, you see this time here, like, we will never get this again. Like, so you can moan and this and that.
You spoke to me about that.
Yeah, like, we will never get this time again. So whether it's a time just on your own, just doing your thing and learning new things and working on yourself, whether it's time with your family or time doing something constructive, like, if you use it right, it's good. Like, you will never ever get this time off again. Like, potentially, say we come out of lockdown in a few months or whatever, and then we're back on the hamster wheel of being busy from a Monday to Saturday. Like, that's it. Like, we could be in that till we're 40, 50, 60, 70. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this sort of thing will probably never ever happen again in our lifetime.
I felt like that the first time round, like, because the first one was a novelty, but now the second
it's a different feeling. It's a different feeling.
Not only we're in winter now. Yeah, it's a bit more doom and gloom. Yeah. The sunlight's not as long. It's cold.
Mate,
you know, there's a lot of factors.
The sun makes a difference. I woke up this morning and the sun was shining.
Massively, massively.
And I was like, wow, I felt in a good mood.
Yeah, what's it? You posted about it?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's you can relate to the sun shining. You love a sunrise.
Yeah, but I can also say it's perspective on any situation that you're in, man. Like you said, you was touching on the book. For life of me, I forgot Auschwitz.
Man's Search for Meaning. Is it? Yeah. Viktor Frankl.
Viktor Frankl. Yeah. And he managed to, we're going well into it now, but he managed to have a perspective that was different to anybody else's in Auschwitz.
Even though he knew his fate was sealed.
Exactly, he was there. But yeah, it's just how you look at things, man.
Yeah, to explain to people downstairs, we were talking about perspectives, and we were saying there's a book. Like, I don't want to butcher it because I haven't actually read the book. I took the book on holiday, meaning to read it, and Jess ended up reading it, so she explained it to me. But we were saying, like, the book's about a guy in Auschwitz and how he found some peace and some kind of reason to push through and not maybe find the positives, but just to get through it with, like, a bit of a level head. And we're saying, like, someone can do that in that situation. Like, it shows you just there's life is what is in your head.
Yeah, there's always someone worse off. Always. And I went for a jog the other day. A 5K, which everyone's been doing in the lockdown. And after I finished the jog, I literally so out of breath, but I was taking deep breaths in, and I thought, how fortunate am I just to be able to breathe? Like, that sounds really small, and maybe stupid, like that is being like showing like gratitude. For something so simple, but like just breathing, like, especially with everything going on, and that small moment brought me a bit of a.
I think where you said about being grateful, like, really feel the gratitude. And then honestly, there's a sense of, like, just calmness that comes about you when you're actually sitting in a space and maybe quiet for 5-10 minutes or whatever, and you're sitting with just thinking, like you said, like, wow, I'm actually grateful to breathe.
It's like, it's liberating. It really is, like, and just appreciate what you have around you. And I think this is probably what's brought me like to appreciate things more. And this is what the lockdown's probably done for me. As I said.
Yeah. Which that's great, man. That's really great for you to.
How about you?
Yeah, it's been all good, man.
How's the shop been in lockdown?
Yeah, all right. Obviously, we've not allowed to officially be open, but we've been keeping busy, doing our own thing. Yeah, man, it's been. I don't know, like you said earlier, everyone's in the same boat. Yeah, so it's nothing like personal to people that are just in hospitality or just in property or whatever. It's not one industry that's collapsed. It's everyone. Yeah, I think the first one was a lot easier because it was summer. It was a big novelty. It was a big like I don't want to sound stupid, but there was an element of like craziness and newness to it. You know what I mean? I was like,
it was almost exciting. Yeah. We're all going to sit at home.
Right. Okay. It was. Yeah. It was exciting. I was scared to say it to piss anyone off, but it was. It was exciting. Yeah. I put a thing up on the screen in the shop. We've got a big screen in the front of our shop. Yeah. I put up a big thing saying, like, listen, if anyone needs any help, like our family are here. Like, just let us know. Blah 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 blah. If we can do anything, nice. And there was that thing of, mate, even like me and you was like, is there any old people we'll drop some shopping off and all that, yeah. There was that sort of buzz about it, and I feel like now it's a bit more like Daley said, I think it's the winter, but I think it's now this one's a bit more, oh come on, can we just get out of this now? Do you know what I'm saying? So the first one was definitely easier. Mate, I was building vegetable planters. I was doing all sorts of crazy stuff that wore off in 2 minutes. I was about 72 things in 1 week.
What I'm interested in is how many times you watched Frozen this time round.
Honestly, I watch Frozen 1 and Frozen 2. Bearing in mind I'm at work most of the day, at least once a day. Frozen 1 and Frozen 2 at least once a day, yeah. Really?
And what one's your favourite?
Frozen 1.
Hey,
classic.
You
banger,
gotta love it, yeah.
Banger. But yeah, no, listen, man, it's been alright. It's look, we had a tough year last year, as you know. Yeah. Distraction. Yeah. And but I don't know, I've got this weird theory with life that I can't it's hard to explain, but like everything's a balance. Yeah. Like, and one day I'll get it out properly, but the only way I can describe it is, say like you've got a person that's burning himself out, that weekend warrior, yeah? So they live for Friday, go out on the weekend, they're the loudest person in the room, they're doing all sorts of madness. Come Monday, that person's crashed and burned, and they're probably not really satisfied with their job, and they may be having trouble at home. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can't be all things all the time. So there's a balance, and like, look, I'm not saying like I got proper into looking at monks and that, yeah, and like Thailand, and we went to Thailand, and I went and like see them and this and that, and I was so intrigued about like what a crazy concept to not have a partner, to not have no materialistic possessions, not have no clothes, just have a robe. They sleep on the floor on a mat. Yeah, they got a book or whatever. Like, to be fair, I did see a few rocking some iPhones and out there. It was a bit cheeky, but like they don't have a lot, and I think their theory is very level. Yeah. There's no major ups, there's no major downs. They research like death, and they don't fear death and all that stuff, and they're kind of on a level. Yeah. So I'm not saying everyone's got to go to that extreme, but I've lost my train of thought completely. I was saying about last year and my balance, yeah. So like everything's a balance. So having that hard year and what happened, it's like, I don't know, it gives you a bit of strength maybe to step up, like absolutely, for your family, mate, yeah. But also it makes you appreciate a lot of other things. It makes you look at things differently. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and I don't know, it makes some small things just not even exist. You're like, where like, sometimes you have nothing going on, even the smallest things piss you off, you know, like it could be a bit of road rage, or it could be like a stupid thing. But when you've had some madness go on, you think like, those things ain't really important. Do you know what I mean? Like lockdown, not lockdown, business, not business, whatever. Just do you know what I'm saying? It's like you just carry on. So yeah, listen, man, it's been, I'd just say it's been different. It's just been different. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's in the same boat, and you got to listen, Corona or not, you got to your whole life just try and keep learning new stuff, keep experiencing new things, keep meeting new people, keep finding your thing, and just, that's it, man. It's progression. It's like we're talking downstairs. It is just a journey, and that's what Joe Rogan says. He says it is a journey. He said if you get caught up trying to hit that destination, you'll find when you get there, it's not what you think, or you won't reach it. Yeah. Yeah. It is like the fun times is like that first place you get. It's not really what you want, but actually stripping that wallpaper and having the takeaways on the floor, that's the things you remember. You're like, that was sick times.
Well, it's like, I watched something, it's like you do all this hard work, and they say, why does the the beer at the end of it, you know, the cold beer that you have at the end of the hard day's work tastes so good. It's because of the hard work that you put in between it. The journey that you have, and then the beer
the destination,
after.
man.
Mate, it's like your dog. Why do you love your dog so much? Because the effort you put into it, training it, being with it, walking it, doing this, paying for jabs, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's like a baby. Like, a woman carries a baby for 9 months, and then you're looking after it for so long. Like, you're invested in that, man.
Yeah.
That's why you love it so much. You're so invested in it. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's a lot of effort. So, George, ask Daley. So as I'll ask you, how's lockdown been for you?
Game changer, man. Absolute game changer for me. There was just something inside me that just knew that this was the time to use, the time to develop myself, and to grow and to learn, like to be open to learning. So straight from the off, after, bear in mind, maybe a few weeks when that party, was it house party app decided to come and go within a few weeks.
Oh, do you remember that?
The one that everyone was jumping on the video.
Yeah.
That was mad.
That was mad. Yeah, I got a little bit hooked on that for a few couple of weeks, but
strange.
From that point on, it was head in the game, man. And I was just I just shut off from everything else that was going on around me. I just used the time to just, from morning to night, I was really just so focused on improving myself in any way, shape or form. Reading.
Beard growing.
Well, this is only kind of recently, actually.
Really?
What's the thing with the hair and beard? Because I've heard someone else on it, and I'll see if it's the same thing.
For me, it was, I never felt like I could get over the hurdle or commit to anything. Commitment. Like, I never felt like I could commit to anything. If I was going to the gym and getting in shape, it was only because of the aesthetically pleasing reason to go on holiday, to stand around the pool and think that I look good, right?
You did.
Yeah.
Can I just clear that out? You look good.
They don't call him Gorgeous George for nothing.
Thank you. But any kind of business idea, venture I had, I'd start it and then stop. This is only minor, by the way. This is just part of the development, part of the process. Sorry.
No, the reason why I asked is
that's relatable.
Yeah. I see. Do you watch James English or not?
No.
Anyway, he interviewed someone called Marvin Herbert. Well worth a watch.
Yeah.
But I see on Marvin Herbert the other day, he's growing his hair. He's got like some crazy hair going on. He said, I'm doing it. He's on similar thing. He's doing his thing, and he said, I'm growing my hair. I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm growing it for a year, and it's like a little thing he's got in his head to prove to himself. He doesn't care. Yeah. It's just about like focusing on his family and this and that. So
there's an element of that. But it's just kind of just come along with part of the process, and I'm just flowing with it, man. Literally, I've just had to come to learn to just like let everything unfold. Like, there's going to be uncertainty in your life, man, and just being able to let things unfold and go with the flow, because it's going to happen anyway. Like, there's a quote that I heard which really kind of resonates with me. It's like, let it be, it will anyway. So no matter what you're sitting here worrying about. It's such
a calming thing for that. Oh, that feels good.
Yeah, let it be, because it will anyway, man. Because it will unfold. Like, I believe that everything happens for a reason for you, man. And it's just, I've kind of grown so much, and I've seen in the months that I've been doing the work on myself, the people that I interact with, the people that I meet, the people that I might bump into in the street on a random one. Like this morning, bumped into a woman. Me and a friend was walking, and we've never seen this woman before, really. And we said hello, and we started talking, and it's like similar interests, and it's like that doesn't. I never was aware of that before, but it's just like.
What do you mean, like talking to just random people?
Yeah, it's just who you attract, like-minded people.
Yeah, but that's just being open. That's
for sure.
Because you can walk down the street with your nut down and pay no attention to no one. If you're open and got a smile on your face, you know what I mean? It's
you're approachable.
But that's just with everything. If you're open, and there's more opportunities that come.
Yeah,
so
for sure, man. But I've literally I've just used this time, and it's been a blessing, man.
Good.
Really. Yeah. So.
Good.
Going back to the commitment thing, we said, me and George were talking about earlier, obviously when you go gym and that, we talk about a simple way of putting it. So, don't know whether you do your 10, 12 reps on your exercise. For instance, I go gym in the morning, and if I do my 12 reps when I'm doing my sets, I said to George, I'll get to like 9, 10, and by that time I want to put the weight down. But I've told myself before I start, I'm going to do 12 reps. Now, this is first thing in the morning, so if I give up on this first rep, put it down at 10, I'm setting myself up for a bad day. So you have to complete that, not for physical, but for your mental sort of well-being for the rest of the day. It's about, you know, putting that foundation in place to have a better day. And it's something so small, and giving up so easily on that can take a massive impact into your day.
100%. You know David, well, not known personally, but you know David Goggins, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was listening to his audiobook on the way up here. Oh my God. Does he make you feel like a bitch?
Oh.
Literally, you're talking about reps. He's done like, what? It was something like 4,000 pull-ups in 24 hours or something like that. And if you don't think that sounds hard, just try doing like 100 pull-ups or whatever. And he said his hands was that bad after a few hours. They pulled off the bandages. He said his palm was like a beef burger. It was like, and he said, "Now listen, I'm carrying on now to give him injections in his hands, rearrange."
He doesn't give up.
Oh my God, he's
not a quitter.
I was watching him on live on Instagram the other day. He was doing a half-hour push-ups. So he's in a push-up position like a plank, and he'll just be there for half hour. I think he might have even had his feet up on the wall. So we do 5 press-ups or 10 press-ups, then stop for a bit. The sweat's just dripping off him. He does another 5, another 1, but he has to stay there for half hour, just like a mental thing.
Yeah.
It was just before he went out for dinner.
That's mentality.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm picking up on. Like, you can train your brain to become, you know, committed to things. As I said, and it's something so small of, like, for instance, at night, whether you know, trying to bet yourself, trying to lose a bit of weight and think, I'm not going to have that chocolate tonight, and you go eat it. You know, you giving up on something so small makes a major impact in the week.
Of course, mate.
It's the smallest things, man. They make a huge difference.
Yeah.
You can really. I was just saying, you implement something good to your day. It can only be a positive, like whether that be, like you said, laying the foundations with the extra reps that you might not have usually done.
Yeah.
But
it's not giving up. Not giving up on.
It straight away implements right. That's a positive to the day.
And do you know what the best thing is? Sorry to jump in it, but in the morning, make your bed.
Oh,
that's your first win. That's your first win.
That's for sure,
you make your bed in the morning because
100%.
as small as it sounds, that's your first win of the day. You know, you've achieved something.
I heard something, but I can't remember who it's from. But it's
mindset again.
Yeah, of course, it's all mindset, man. But in order of how he puts it is make your bed, then make up your mind. So make your bed, Matthew McConaughey. Make your bed, make up your mind.
Yeah.
So what he's saying by that is make your bed and then decide, then sit there, like, mentally think, right, I'm gonna be my best self today. Yeah. My level 10 self, the best version of me. I'm gonna put into the day and decide that.
Yeah, I love that.
It's a choice, man.
It's hard though, because like, you know when you're on a positive one and you're reading a book and you're feeling it, like
it's easy to stay there.
Or like you're in a good place and everything seems to be happening for you. It's not normally by accident. It's normally because you're doing certain things. But the sun's shining, you're feeling good, you're on like a bit of a roll. It's easy to be in a good headspace.
Yeah, and jump on that. Yeah.
You know, sometimes people are probably thinking, especially if they ain't like, I don't know, they don't have good people around them or not into kind of reading positive stuff and that. And listen, you see it at home, you get caught in a loop. You start watching the TV every night, and it's hard to be switched on constantly, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's hard.
Should we say it's easy to be distracted?
Exactly.
Yeah, because the TV's there. Netflix is there. You've heard somebody in your day talking to you about a good documentary or a good film that you should watch. Yeah, or you pick up your phone and they're easy distractions, but it's the hard work to do the good things. Because if it was easy, then everybody would be doing them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to go and sit there for 10 minutes in silence over sitting and watching Netflix.
Do you think that's why we have such a big stigma and like maybe like I suppose it is a problem with mental health at the minute?
100%, man.
100%. What do you think, contributes towards that?
I mean, factors are phones. They play a big part.
Yeah, because my go-to is Instagram. I feel like that. I feel like that plays a massive part in people's mental health at the minute.
Everybody knows the damage that it does to you, but you're just hooked.
Yeah, agreed. And not only that, we're sitting here, we're doing this, and it's going to be put up on Instagram. So it can be, I think, used for good and to
exactly.
spread awareness.
The first thing that I said when I rejoined Instagram, should we say, is that I've learned now how to use Instagram as a purpose tool.
Yeah.
So you go on it, I get what I need from it.
Yeah.
I post what I want on it, and I don't sit there and look at other people's things. I don't scroll. I said to you in the car earlier,
I do,
maybe
yeah,
a good
I'm a
everyone's a victim of it, man. During this process, my journey, I created a new Instagram, and I only followed people that inspired me. So people like Gary Vee, he's a great inspiration of mine, like for many reasons. But like,
the question is, are you following me and Daley?
not on that one, no.
Liberty.
Yeah.
Absolute
Liberty. Liberty.
Can we talk favourites? Because I've wanted to ask you, favourite book.
Favourite book. Do you know what? Probably be the first. No, it wasn't the first one, but it's one of the first ones I read. Yeah. Cheesiest.
I think I know what one it
in
is.
the world. How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Great,
Like if you ain't never read a positive book or whatever before, like The Secret, this and that,
Yeah.
and I say, oh, you should read this book. It's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Sounds like you're trying to be fake and win
how
people
to win
over.
friends.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
Communication,
It's the
isn't it?
opposite.
Yeah.
It just explains. It just explains like the truth about what people think, and I can't even explain it. But what it was, right? Like like whenever you watch a podcast, read a book, watch a film, you don't take it all in. You just pick little bits out of it and take them away. Yeah, you pick the bits that resonate with you. Mm-hmm. There was just a couple of bits in there. Yeah, there was like someone's name. Always remember someone's name or use it. Yeah. But you ask someone a name and you remember it. Someone on the door of somewhere, or just everyday people, and it makes the biggest difference, mate. And it costs nothing.
Great trait.
And it's so easy.
Great, and I've always remembered that view.
I used to write them down on my phone, but I stopped that. But I should start.
Did Nico tell you that?
No, I
just
just picked that up without knowing.
He does that a lot, doesn't he? Like I've seen you, especially when he was younger.
It's great to hear the actual.
But it's powerful. It's so simple.
Yeah.
So that was probably, I would say, the best book I've ever read, because it probably started me off on the thing of, wow, like this is actually really interesting. Like there's things you can learn to like change your mindset, and then you get a bit hungrier at work, or you get just interested in random things, and it just, I don't know, it opens your mind. Do you know what I mean? So that was the book that triggered just learning new things off and getting into different books and that, and from there just got on a whirlwind of other stuff. What about you? Best book?
I think I've got to say.
Boom 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 boom.
Yeah, no, I know it. I'm just trying to think whether there's any of that very close to it, but I don't think so. The one that's really kind of influenced me most and made me kind of realise, okay, I'm okay, like, I'm all good, like this, everything's all right. Is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, or Tolle, I don't know how to say
My
it.
dad's got that book, and he says that's quite a hard read, but he says it's a really good book.
So it depends on when you're reading it, how conscious you are or whatever. It doesn't really matter, but you understand certain things a bit more.
Yeah,
it's just like a spiritual enlightenment.
I think you take, when you're reading a book, and it depends what mindset you're in, but you'll take more out of how you're feeling in that moment when you're reading the book.
Yeah, so this book, I love learning about the self, the mind, spiritual journeys, all of that, man, like personal development, business, leadership, all of them kind of things. Growth. But that book for me, like, laid it out, and it was just gems in there. I'm rereading it now because it's just so great for me. But I got a lot of value from it. But it's really whatever you find value in.
Yeah,
you can read it. You
and
can
I feel
read
like
an
you're
autobiography,
searching,
and that's not.
Yeah,
wrong.
but as I said, like depending on where your mindset is in that time, and you sort of you pick certain bits out of the book to probably suit how you're feeling at that time.
It does, yeah. It does. But I believe you pick up a book at the time you're supposed to be picking it up. You're supposed to be reading it. So it's
Sort of
almost
meant to
like, yeah. So it's almost like I'm reading a page and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, you're relating to
I'm
it.
supposed to be reading this
this
right
is
now.
for
It's
me.
bizarre to think
Yeah.
that, but that's how I think and that's what I believe. But yeah, if I had to go more on the like kind of personal development business kind of thing, Danny Mayer, Setting the Table.
Good,
For me, hospitality industry, he is spot on.
Do you do
It's
audio
great.
books as well?
Tried, not sure if they're for me.
Do you know what the problem with audiobooks is? Don't know why they do it. Most people get the most boring person to read it.
Yeah.
See, that's why.
It's just a monotone.
50 cents book. It's him.
Yeah, that's
writing
good.
it.
Yeah, that's
Brilliant.
good. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Great listen, yeah.
What's
didn't
it?
know
What's
that.
it called?
What is it called?
Something about hustle, is it?
Yes.
Something like that.
I'll tell
His
you.
first one, yeah.
Yeah, man. Never used to be a reader.
No.
Never used to read. And you was really the first one I said to, like, that's why when we first started talking again, it was about, I asked you about books, etc. Because I always knew you as that self-development guy. And at that time, my level of awareness, my level of consciousness was like, I don't need books, So it was a completely different character.
Hustle harder.
That's right.
Hustle smarter.
Get him on the mic.
Curtis Jackson. I'll play a little clip.
He does it with.
Make the slightest difference. If someone has the ability to write something so humorous that it's going to make a callous New Yorker reach into their pockets.
So that's listenable, isn't
It's
it?
listenable, man.
But most of them are boring.
Yeah.
See, we all know 50 Cent's voice, and as going back to being something
Course.
relatable,
Yeah.
you want to listen to it.
Yeah, no,
Got
it's
a
a
good
good
voice
book.
as well. It's quite a good thing. It's good.
It's a good book.
Podcasts.
Podcasts.
Favorite podcast.
Oh, it's got to be Joe Rogan, man.
What one?
Joe Rogan.
You can't just. You got to pick one though. You can't just have Joe Rogan.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
No,
What
man.
one?
Just all of them.
Yeah, just all of them,
Alright,
man.
so
There's- listen, they're so good because...
There is one. You sent me the one. I know you got a favourite. I can't.
listen,
What's
you
the
got,
guy's
like,
name?
Like, you got Joey Diaz, yeah?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
his pal. Like,
Comedian.
proper old
Yeah.
New
Yeah, yeah,
York, like,
Yeah.
so funny. I don't think I've ever watched one of the ones with Joey Diaz and not been just laughing to myself.
Yeah.
Someone's walked into the room like, what are you doing?
He smokes about 5 joints.
Yeah,
and
they're
he's
just smoking, drinking. But then there's other ones. It'll be about an astronaut or
something
mate, a
deep.
guy trying to clean the ocean, or someone about just crazy stuff. And you kind of know in the first 5 minutes whether you're gonna
Whether it's
into it
gonna
or
be a
not.
bit of you or not.
But man, they're just good. If you've like, this is why like, I'm doing these, because like we were saying earlier, you worry about getting judged. People thinking like, what's he doing? Or that's not that interesting. Or like just like judging you and stuff. But someone said about that Joe Rogan thing. They said like, if someone's not that interested in it, they're not going to watch it anyway. So they're not going to watch it to judge it. You know what I mean? I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, definitely
Powerful
Joe
ones,
Rogan,
yeah,
man, good man.
yeah.
I watch a lot of James English as well now. He interviews a lot of like true crime people.
Okay.
Like, I think it's because it's the job we're in, maybe, but
Was he the one who had the guy on who popped his eye out?
yeah, Marvin Herbert. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with the hairs growing his
Mad.
hair. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, mate. If you ain't watched it, watch it. Explosive.
Absolutely.
Something
Yeah.
else. It's
me
good.
afterwards,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
wicked,
You-
man.
I was watching it. You sent me, didn't you? I'm watching it and I'm thinking something's not right about this guy. And I was thinking, is something wrong with his eye? I wasn't too sure. And then he just takes it out.
Yeah, so he
in the
got
podcast.
he
Just
got
takes it
shot.
out.
Wow.
He got shot. Spoiler alert. Yeah. He got shot a few times in Spain, and obviously got shot through the eye or something. And yeah, he's got like a glass eye or whatever. But obviously,
fortunate, really,
I think he could have had it closed or open. I don't know, but it's just fully open sort of thing. But mate, he's on a real positive one now, and trying to do bits, which is cool. But that's quite good. He interviews a lot of I don't know, like ex-armed robbers and proper old school sort of villains and that, and it's just interesting.
Yeah, it's
but
cool.
then he does different ones now. You had Wim Hof on the other day, like the Iceman.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah, I'm back on the cold showers now.
Yeah,
Every
You do?
morning.
We haven't even
Yeah,
touched.
every morning.
I find it difficult. I mean, I think I started and maybe got 3 days in and I could do it
Just
no more.
start. I always still go warm first and
Yeah.
have a wash.
Yeah.
Go, just lower it a bit. Just get a bit cold. Just warm, then a bit cold, then a bit cold, and eventually it gets addictive. Just want to go to ice. Just stand under it and just let your
You
head go
do
numb.
feel energised after one, don't you? You feel great.
I am a cold sea.
Oh yeah, let's talk
swimmer,
about that.
man. Yeah,
You're a cold sea swimmer, yeah?
I'm a sea swimmer.
How far do you go out then?
I don't
Like,
swim. That's okay. So I'm a sea swimmer. I'm a cold exposure, so I get in it.
Well, at least you're not in decent exposure.
No,
you know?
no. But it's the same thing. It's like Wim Hof was for probably the majority of the people that enjoy or are doing cold exposure.
Yeah, he's like the go-to man.
Yeah,
everyone's ready to book, and that's why they're doing it.
The man.
Would you not love to do that?
But there's something about it, right? There is something about the cold, and it just the feeling that you get. Like sometimes I get out the sea, right, and I've been doing it right through November, December, January, and I go in there, and the feeling in there is just it's bizarre. It's just unreal. You get out sometimes, you feel great, but then the cold starts to hit in, your body starts to warm up inside a little bit, and that's when things get like jitters come, and I think, what the am I doing? What am I doing?
So that does play in your head.
Yeah. But then an hour later, I'm like, that was great. Like
I don't know why it does, but it gives you so much energy.
Yeah,
like you feel alive after, don't you? You feel alive.
Like a plunge pool somewhere, jumping in there.
Cold showers are something that I do when I don't go to the sea. But yeah, man,
Oh, well, I'll come with one time.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah,
I think we all should go.
Yeah,
I think
all over it, man.
that we should try. I'm trying to think somewhere really cold. I don't know, Finland,
Iceland,
something like that. Iceland, yeah. Have you seen it where they cut the bit out of the ice? And jump in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that.
All over
that,
man.
See that thing. Gordon Ramsay. That's how he was on with Gino and Fred.
Yeah. Iceland. They did. I know there might have been. They were somewhere like Norway or somewhere. Or something like that. Yeah.
But it looks great. Like jumping in there. I'd love to do something like that.
Mate, that's a different cold in Iceland. I tell you, that's a different cold.
Yeah, man.
You come out of that airport.
Really.
And you got like your North Face and this and that on,
and
the wind just cuts through you.
Is it?
What do they call it? They call it I can't think anyway. But yeah, the wind just like it goes through every bit of clothing you got on. It's a nasty cold.
That's my brother's his wife's from Finland.
Yeah.
And her name's Pavey, but he said they have to wear like a certain cream under their eyes.
Yeah.
Because the eyeballs will freeze in the winter. So they have to cream the eyes.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Wow.
Yeah. So to be fair, I think we've done pretty well. Do you know what? Like even then, I just flicked out of the podcast mode for a second because you can't help it. You try and be normal, but you are conscious of the cameras.
Of course.
Right there. Yeah. It was quite natural.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like.
It's hard, man. It's hard. Like honestly, it's like because even we're chatting and stuff, it's not. We're at like 50-60% natural, but there's still that element.
100%.
But this is why like people that have been doing this for a long time. Like if we've done this once a week.
I feel fine now.
After week 4 or 5, we'll come in here. Let's roll. Just be in a packet of crisps. We'll be talking. And that's when it's better. But listen, you've got to start somewhere.
Curators. That's it, man. You just got to start.
So
close the show. I walked in the shop tomorrow. Like me, don't know anything about watches really. And I've got a spare £5,000. What are you selling me?
What do you want to watch for?
I could easily answer that and say to tell the time, but I mean, I'm not going to.
Do you think anyone tells the time with their watches?
No. It depends it depends what you want to watch for, yeah? So believe it or not, people probably think, bullshit, but we never try and sell anything. Like I said earlier about not having like goals and figures and stuff. We just do our thing. Yeah, so it's like very relaxed.
Yeah.
We don't try and sell anything. So
that's great.
It's a good point and a bad point. So, like you go to a car, you go and look at a new car, whatever, and they're ringing you up every 2 minutes, or like an estate agent, they're quite kind of like pushy and progressive with sales, which is their thing, it's cool. But we're the total opposite to that. So if someone's not sure, we'll be like, look, you're not sure, like you shouldn't get this because you need to be coming in and going, that is the one. Yeah. And then normally people go, which is unintentional, like and they feel quite comfortable and kind of want to get it. But the question I'd ask is, what do you want to watch for? To hold this money for investment, to feel good in, to what's your thing?
Do you know what? I don't think I need to.
So I'd say George.
I think that's a great response. Yeah.
Think about why you want to watch it and then come back.
Do you know what? That right there.
And then we'd have a coffee and talk shit for a bit. And
that right there, man.
Great service.
That for me is spot on, man.
Because most people ask that, and we do say, look, why is it you want one? And someone say, well, really, I want one because I want to put it in the safe and I want something I can fall back on. I would say, well, this is the thing. Like, if you know, if you don't care about wearing it, you don't care about the look, then this is the one. And other people say, well, no, I want to, like, I do this for a job and I want this kind of watch. Well, look, I've got these. Do you know what I mean? So,
what do you think the sort of best investment pieces at this?
Just Rolex, man.
Time?
Just
what,
anything Rolex. Yeah, it's all balanced. So, the most popular bits bring the most money, and the least popular bits bring the least money. But so it's all balanced. Like, the more popular bits are easier to sell, but they bring more premiums. So, and it swings and roundabouts. Like, things that ain't so popular today in 20 years' time, because they're not popular today, they could be better in 20 years' time.
Yeah.
Still Daytona years ago was the only Rolex that they discounted because they couldn't sell it, or it wasn't a very popular model.
That's mad.
Okay.
If you had one of them watches from then, it's one of the most valuable Rolexes you can own today, because not many people was buying them. Yeah. So so I'll just say, like, Rolex in general, don't get caught up on it, and just like.
So, anything sort of, what about like Audemars or?
Yeah, look, AP's good. AP, Richard Mill's gone crazy the last couple of years. Pateks have gone mad. Rolex has gone mad. But people see AP as the top 4 is like Rolex, AP, Patek, and Richard Mille. Not in any order. For us, definitely Rolex we sell the most of. But look, Richard Mille's just talking hundreds of thousands. Rolex's is like 3-4K up. AP's more like 10 up. But AP's more to watch someone's got maybe a Rolex or a couple of watches, and it's that kind of next thing. Do you know what I mean? It's that something a bit different, or they've had a couple of Rolexes.
So,
but
would you say it's not going to hold its money as well as a Rolex?
I used to say that, but now it's different. Yeah, now like they've become a lot more popular.
Because I remember you did used to say that.
Yeah, they do. That was episode number 5, first full podcast with George and Daley. George Artemi on Insta and Daley Grant on Insta. Give them a little follow, see what they're about. George is popping handstands. Daley just posting his dog every day. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't really know what was going to happen. Like, truthfully, boys, what did I say to you? Like, about what was going on? I didn't. There was no plan, was there?
No.
We'll come here and have a chat. Enjoy
nervous. I didn't know what was gonna go on. I'm nervous. We're just gonna waffle and not be too great, and it was.
I really enjoyed it.
But yeah, no, it's good, man.
Yeah, man.
It's good. Thank you both.
Thanks for having us.
No, thank you both for coming on.
It's good.
No, thank you both.
Thank
and yeah, listen, like I said at the start, I'm doing 50 videos in 2021. I'm just finding my thing, seeing what works. It's hard balancing it between, we are a business, so I'm trying to keep it like product related, watches, diamonds, but also I want to make it real and bring friends on and other guests and talk about personal stuff and lockdowns and mental health and this and that. So yeah, listen, this is full podcast number 1. Yeah. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see what response we get.
Yeah, great.
Maybe we'll both come back on if people people are feeling it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been great hearing about Colebys as well.
Yeah, cheers, man. Cheers.
It's a business.
So that's it. So thank you guys for watching, and like I said, hopefully we'll have plenty more of these in the future, and we'll catch you all soon.
Yeah. Cheers. Mate, I cannot wait to stand up.
You're feeling anyhow.
I did not stop with you. To get me sat for an hour, no one